All right, this is a new series on better. It's called Making Blank Better. In this case, it's going to be making elections better. Bipartisan, totally centrist version of what I would like to see elections look like in the future. How elections can be better. Let's do better and let's dive in. Welcome to Better, the podcast about doing better, being better, and leaving the world a better place than we found it. What's going on, everybody? Better, do better, be better, make the world a better place. That's our motto. Today, it's a new kind of episode. These are going to be shorter episodes. No better moments, no guests, no celebrities, no nothing. It is just, I have a conversation online. I talk to some people, and then I am going to give you the top 5 ways that I think something could be made better. This first one is 5 ways that an election could be made better. So there's a lot of news about elections right now. Election interference, election fraud, security of votes, the insane amount of money that goes into elections, all these sorts of things. You know, should electronic voting be allowed? Should paper voting be allowed? Should it be hand counts? Should it be machine counts? Lies, there's so many things. So we're going to dive in. Here are my top 5 ways to make an election better. Number 1, no more advertising. Period. Just get rid of it. How will we do that? Well, for those that are online, there should be a bipartisan website set up that will allow you to see the platforms of the candidates. No opinion, just filtered, 100% accurate platform, side by side. All the candidates in any given election. This is municipal, civic, provincial, state, federal, whatever, all elections. And this website is the central bipartisan place. You have an equal number of people from each side of thought, each side of the aisle or whatever, that would contribute to this website. The candidates would submit their platforms. They'd be vetted for truth, and the platform be put up. And you go to this website, you look at the platform side by side, and you make your decision. Who do you want? No ads are needed. The same website every year. WinnipegElections.com, CanadaElections.com, whatever it looks like. Everybody knows to go there. If you don't have a computer, you can call into an 800 number and request the printed version. It doesn't have to be pretty. It does not have to be pretty. It can be printed on plain text paper, whatever. Just a printout of the website, which again does not have to be extremely extravagant. It just has to be a basic website, and that's how you get your information. It wouldn't require anything. It wouldn't require a lot of money. It wouldn't require fundraising. It wouldn't require politicians being beholden to their contributors. It wouldn't require advertising dollars. It wouldn't make elections long and drawn out. It would solve a lot of problems. So that's number 1. Number 2, let's say, I'm just going to pick a number because I like this number, 3 debates between the candidates. And the questions are not determined by ABC or CTV or CBC or CNN or Fox or any of that. The questions are determined based on that previous website, people submitting questions, things they want to know. The most asked questions, they get asked at the debate. The first debate clears those questions up, which will bring up more questions. And then by the third debate, you should be fairly good at answering the people's questions. If you haven't answered all the questions in 3 debates, there's a problem there. That means the information is not getting through, and that needs to be examined. So 3 debates with questions by the people. that is simply the rules very similar to what we've seen with the Trump-Biden, Trump-Harris debates. You've got 2 minutes, 1 minute for rebuttal, 1 minute for further rebuttal, microphone off of the people who aren't speaking because arguments are stupid and childish and sandboxish, and question period in Canada is a disaster. And no crowd. We don't need a crowd. This isn't entertainment. This is politics. And that's how you do it. I think that's fair. Number 3, vote by bank. Why do I say that? What does that even mean? It means that you would log into your online banking, or you would go to your bank and you would log your vote. Why do I pick banks? How often do you ever hear of a bank website being hacked? How often do you hear of a bank having massive administrative problems, the ones that are not trying to, be corrupt, which are caught pretty quickly, I think. At least history says that. The securest way to do this, because if you have a bank account, it means you've given your ID. It means that you're a verified human being. So it solves all those problems. It means that you are a functioning member of society, that you are not an illegal in the country. It solves for everything, pretty much. And then, if you don't have access to the internet, or you're not a techie, you go to the bank and you place your vote. If you don't have a bank account, there are those people that don't have bank accounts. I don't know what the answer to that is, because I don't know how you are a functioning member of society without a bank account. I'm just not. That's a part of this I don't really know. But I'm sure that if you are a registered citizen with ID, you can get a bank account, even if it's just for the purpose of voting. You should have a bank account. I don't know how you would even function in this world without a bank account. Okay, let's go to number 4. Punish the candidates financially or otherwise. Disqualification, we'll say, if it's really bad, for lies. And you're going to say, well, which version of the truth are you going with? Look, there's one version of the truth, and that is the truth that can be backed up by empirical evidence, with proof. So if a candidate goes out there while stumping and says, my opponent hates X group of people, this bipartisan group that is in charge of managing a proper election with no bias and no opinion would then say to the candidate, we need to see the evidence that this person hates this group. Is there anything, video evidence, audio evidence, verified documentation, anything that can prove your claim? If there isn't, you take a fine. You do it enough times, you're kicked out of the election. We don't need liars in power. There's no reason to be lying. It's all out there and verifiable anyways. If you're going to lie, you're going to get caught. Now, I realize lying has become kind of this thing that everybody just is, a lot of people are just comfortable with. You look at any election, no matter who the candidate is, they tell some lies. Every candidate tells some lies. Now, are they malicious lies, or are they lies by omission, or are they lies because they don't fully understand? Are they lies based on their understanding of the situation? That is something that needs to be fleshed out. But if you're making a statement that could be harmful towards the election or the opponents, you need to be able to back it up with proof, or you get fined and then disqualified if you keep doing it. I think that's a pretty good way of doing it. Now, the 5th thing that we can do to improve elections is we make sure that it's standardized everywhere. Okay? Nobody should be able to be in power forever or until they die. It's just not a thing. It should not be a thing. Eventually, people get too close to things, they get stale, and they stop doing their jobs the way that they did their jobs when they first got into it. I love the 8-year term limit. Bang on. It's enough time to make a difference, but not enough time to get stale in the job if you're good at what you're doing. Also, putting limits on the length of time. Elections should be 60 days, 90 days tops. this, a year or more of campaigning is just stupid. So put some limits on, standardize everything across the board. Every election, let's say 90 days. Every election is 90 days. If you're going to run for office, understand that you're going to have 2 terms maximum. And to standardize, this last piece of standardization is the most important. You have to run based on the money you have, because this system, if all implemented, would mean you wouldn't need any financial backing. So standardized process would be you're not allowed to have financial backing. We don't need the TV ads. We don't need the bus bench ads. We don't need the flyers. We don't need the people coming to our doors. We don't need any of that. We understand that society is so big that we can't have personal attention from every candidate. Okay? None of that is needed. What we need is to know what they stand for, to unsexy the election process, to allow them a chance to appeal to the people, and to be held accountable when they lie. That's what we need. We don't need anything else. I challenge you to think of any good that comes out of the way the elections are run now versus this system. I'm sure there's other ways we can make elections better. So, guys, tell me them. Let me know. How do you think we can make elections better? Put it in the comments. Whatever. Share this and put it in your status. What is your idea? Do you like my ideas? If you don't, tell me yours. If you do, add to the list. I would love to come back to this video a year from now and say, this is my list. This is, this is the number of people that agreed with me. This is the number of people that didn't agree with me. Here's the 10, 20, 80 things that people added in that I thought were good ideas, and we can make elections better. But the fact of the matter is that the elections are not very great right now. So almost anything we do could make them better. So that's it. That's all. Very short one, right? I said these listicle episodes, these make blank better. These are going to be shorter episodes, easy for you to digest. So betterpodcast.live, that is our website. Go to it no matter what you listen or watch podcasts on. We are linked there. You can go there. You can check out our social media. Follow us on all of our socials. Betterpodcast.live. Okay? That is it. That is all. Oh my God, blazing fast. Later, guys.
Thanks for checking out Better. If you got to the end, it must mean you liked the episode, right? So how about 5 stars? Maybe a sub, maybe a share. Great universal comment points. And good luck on your better journey.